So any other questions, Commissioners?
Okay.
Daryl, you finished?
Just real quick, I want to be very, very respectful of your time, of course, and thank you. I would like you to look at, I'm not going to read these right now, sheet that looks like this, love your library. There's several comments. We left them right there in their handwriting of how much people value their library. One of them here from somebody who thanked us for giving them help in the computer center and helping them find a job so they can take care of their family. But several more here, some from kids, some from grown-ups. I'll let you read those in your own time. I've got 50 more of these on my desk. I'm just sharing a few of them here.
I'm sure. That's cute.
Okay.
And let me ask you, on your wish list that you
Yes.
included on here, you had a full-time maintenance worker, a maintenance consultant.
I'm very concerned about, as you know, we completed a building renovation last year, 25% larger than it was, and it looks nice. I'm concerned about it looking nice. And basically right now I've got a 30-hour lady who cleans. I've got a guy who works 17 and a half who cleans and does other things. That's about it. And that's not really the responsible way to take care of a building of that scale. We need a full-time person to make sure things stay in repair, maintenance things. Somebody who really understands buildings.
Now, let me ask you this: why would we not have Andrew Hammer actually be that person because he does handle our SPOS projects.
If we could work something out, Andrew, of course, worked with us a lot on this building project, and we think very highly of him. And if there's a way that y'all could help out with that, I'd certainly appreciate it.
I think that he would be the best person, being the knowledge that he has about the library and the time that he spent doing the whole transition of the remodeling project. Commissioner Van Ness, you make a good point there.
Are you talking about maintenance, or are you talking about janitor?
Well, the cleaning we've got, I'm talking about bigger scale things, such as making sure the roof is okay, making sure structurally things are...
Which be doing anyway.
Yeah.
Special project.
Now that makes sense.
Right, and that's the county investment of tax dollars and SPOS dollars. So
we do need to protect,
I would think you'd have that available. We don't have $4,500 extra, but we can send you somebody that's super well qualified.
And we would be extremely appreciative.
They call on him anyway.
Now, you do have a custodial staff or team?
We have two people.
Two people.
We have two people who...
Short list you just gave.
Yeah, that was it.
17
I have a 17 and a half and a 30. And,
actually, 17 hours.
Okay, 17,
we had to
sorry.
cut it because of insurance rules.
Right. And they come in between about 4 days a week. We don't have currently anybody who cleans on Saturdays, which is kind of a problem because that's a really busy day.
Really?
And again, it's in order to be responsible with what we have to protect that investment.
On that insurance, the teacher's retirement and the health, they are only allowed to have teacher's retirement or the health department sit down notification. They can only work 17 hours or under 35 hours in a 2-week pay period without having to pay in our employer side of the insurance, whether they want it or not. So we have to be real careful about making sure part-time people do not work more than an average of 34 hours in a 2-week period so that we do not have to pay them.
Former teachers. You said teacher retirement.
No, the library's retirement is teacher's retirement.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
okay.
that's our retirement plan is teacher's retirement.
Okay.
So we have to abide by their rules, and then of course we're on the state health benefit plan and their rules. And they sent out information here recently just reminding everybody that nobody can work, if they work more than 17 hours a week, we have to offer them benefits. And right, and full-time benefits amount to about almost 36.5% of a salary. So, to whereas part-time is like 7.65%. So it's a lot cheaper to keep them under
County
those.
employees,
Right.
32 hours.
Right.
And tell me about internet bandwidth. That certainly, has this ever been addressed to the MIS department?
Well, I wonder if there's ways they could help with that. I am getting to know Jim a little bit. I talk to him sometimes at the cabinet meetings. Just quite simply, we have 52 computers just on the lower level. Got everybody doing their thing down there, and it gets a little slow sometimes. And so we get our internet connection from the state. We had 3 T1 lines provided from the state, which is a nice thing for libraries, because most individual libraries like us can't afford just to have that. They've added a 4th one, which has helped a little, but it's not really enough to address the overall problem. Some libraries have gone and taken that and supplemented with internet from their local cable company or other things and mixed them together. It's something that it's something worth checking out, although of course that's an ongoing expense if you do that.
And do you have a volunteer opportunity for people in the community with technical skills or
well, we have
cataloging books, whatever?
We have a great volunteer program.
Okay.
We have 13 volunteers.
Wow.
Most of them are docents. They're the library guides. If you happen to come in the front door and you see somebody kind of standing there to help you, and you've never been to the library before, where is anything? Not answer the really complicated questions, but they'll take you to the right place. Mm-hmm. We have people who help with the self-checkout machines. Nice, by the way. Oh, thank you. Mm-hmm. We had a lady who was helping out downstairs with the computers, and we had a vacancy come up because one of our part-time assistants went to college, and so she was volunteering, helping people with computers, and we gave her a part-time job, so that worked out pretty well.
Yeah, she was retired from the computer world.
Oh, great. Okay. Well, there's a lot of great people in our community that are looking for volunteer opportunities. And so sometimes if they're just knowledgeable about that, they would certainly be glad to help.
One of the great things we had with volunteers, we had to put a lot of our books over in storage over at Parker Road. We had 42,000 books. The Girl Scouts or just some of the volunteers who helped us unpack those and get those back situated again.
Okay. Yeah. Our volunteers are roughly 31% of our staff. Compared to our staff, there's about 31% of it.
And then on here, you also had additional signage. Tell me about that.
It's just been a concern of mine. You're familiar with the library, so you come straight in the door and you know where everything is. I try, and it's, when you're doing a renovation, it's hard to imagine exactly how everything's going to look in 3D. I try to put myself in the shoes of somebody who's never been there before. Okay, come in the front door, you're not familiar with anything. Well, and if a docent's not there, which they're not there all the time, what do you do? And I'm not talking about going overboard with signage. That can get kind of tacky and overwhelming. But just to help guide people a little bit, not only to show where the fiction is, the nonfiction, even within nonfiction, most people are not familiar with Dewey Decimal, and I know that.
No, I agree. I do think that the library needs that. Even I can't find things sometimes. Anyway, okay.
Any other questions?
No, I think I'm good.
Thanks so very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Library Gail. Thank you, Charles. Thank you, board, for coming and supporting the library. Appreciate it. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, I have board comments, please. Commissioner Van Ness.
Oh, I'm shocked that that's all. I don't have 5 more. No.
Commissioner
Mr. Chairman, I think that today has been a very eye-opening and educating and informative session. We've learned a lot more about each of our departments that's come before us today. I just want to remind you and Commissioner Van Ness that as we come back here on tomorrow, I will take up the issue again, and I hope that our finance department is full alert of this announcement that we're looking for a way to explore the possibility of giving our employees some type of increase, at least getting back with us before this 2-day session is over in terms of our county employees. And I'm hoping for some support from my 2 colleagues and for some substance from the finance department by close of business on tomorrow. Thank you so much.
I have no comments myself, so Madam Rutledge, is there a need today for the executive session?
No.
I think I do have an executive session.
You do? Okay.
No, I just playing. Hearing none, then I call this meeting adjourned. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for coming out today, and we'll see y'all first thing in the morning. Have a good evening.